a lot of that also wasn't so much, her trying, to find her humanity. It was an act. She was trying to make herself not look like the, I'm not going to shoot you in the head, kind of person.
Yeah, but I think she was trying to fool herself more than she was trying to fool the people of Alexandria.
Oh, I completely agree.
And, and then Morgan, he spent all that time in the woods with that one dude. I forget his name. He was pretty insignificant character-wise, but taught him how to fight with the bow staff and how to survive. And, he did some pretty bad things to get to that cabin. So he kind of had his, oh man, I've lost my humanity point back then in season 3 and 4. And now, I think he's finally coming full circle. Finally.
Yeah,
I've been waiting for.
I completely agree, and a lot of it was that little girl that she had to unfortunately shoot was kind of resembling her daughter, which she lost very early on. In actually
that scene was awesome.
It was awesome, and it was also kind of one of those rare moments where you actually did see kids come back as the Walking Dead, so to speak. And it was kind of unique, and unfortunately we have seen more of it as of lately.
Yeah, a lot more. I lost my train of thought. Dang it.
I never had one.
We went to Turks and derailed. I don't know.
Well, I go back to, say, mid-season finale, and you take that and you compare it to, the season finale, and they should have almost been, swapped.
Swip-swapped? Yeah.
Yeah, swip-swapped.
We just coined a new word, swip-swapping.
Yeah. I coined a lot of new words on this show. I'm like the new word, king. King. I am a king. I am royalty around here.
Now that blows goods for quarters, dude.
I was waiting for that one.
The only time you're a king is when you sit on your throne.
And it is silver, too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, it's porcelain.
Spray painting your toilet silver does not count.
Damn it! Back to the drawing board. So, obviously, there's a big difference between, mid-season and, season finale. Would you have rather seen them actually kill off a character rather than, just know they did?
Dude, I would have loved to have seen a 15-minute block at the end of the finale where he just skins somebody alive, dude. Literally, just peeled their skin from their body after bludgeoning them severely with Lucille. That would have been way better. Even if it was Rick, it would have been better.
Yeah, and like, what makes you want to come back to season 7 more? Knowing that they killed someone, but guessing who it is, or knowing he killed someone and knowing who it was.
Season 7's... The only reason I'm going to watch the opener for season 7 is to see how they recover from the massive debacle that the finale was. If the premiere of season 7 turns out to be decent, I may continue watching. But if they blow the season premiere next October or whenever it ends up being, I will probably quit watching The Walking Dead.
That is sad to say because I'm pretty much at that point myself as well. I've lived through a lot of, messed up, finales, Lost, Firefly, just to name a few.
Firefly never even got it to have a season
That's
finale.
why it's messed up.
That's why it's totally messed up. Should be the only sci-fi still on and running.
I agree.
I can't argue with that. I guess here's the big thing, though. Okay, so it's like 6 months until the season 7 premiere. Thank you. So, I mean, is that even like a good idea? Do you think, why would they go off and wait that long to come out with another season? That seems really strange to me.
Well, when you're talking a budget the size of The Walking Dead, they can do whatever they want.
I also believe it chalks up to the idea that they did this on purpose so they can, flip-flop, change their mind on exactly who they killed off, and they're not set in stone of exactly who it is.
Yeah, I realize
that's the most plausible theory.
But again, considering how, it's obvious that you two aren't the only ones who feel this way about the way the finale ended. So, the idea that, fans who are already, feeling kind of ripped off have got to go off and wait 6 months for the next season to start. I can imagine then that, that this might discourage even more people to come back.
Forbes magazine actually did a piece on that, believe it or not. It was in an article they posted online today. I was reading it, and they're like, did Walking Dead just put a final nail in their coffin? And I read the article, and it was way too cerebral and way too overanalyzed. But
well, that's Forbes for you.
That's Forbes for you. But Vanity Fair, they've got their own theory on why they did it. Time Magazine's got their theory. GQ's got theirs. Unfortunately, I couldn't find one from Maxim. Theirs would have been fun
to read. The Rolling Stone also has, an article out as well. 6 things we learned from The Walking Dead, season 6. I do believe this may not have been the final nail in the coffin, but they are pretty damn close to being that final nail.
It's possible, but again, you guys have just listed off 6 or 7 of the most successful magazines out there right now, and they're all talking about The Walking Dead. So that in itself is, but that itself is pretty amazing. Consider this.
The dress was white and gold, dude. The dress was white and gold. That's all I'm saying.
But we're gonna go to a break right away. But I just want to go off and kind of, this amazes me, just period, that, 10 years ago, I don't think we would have had the same reaction over a show that was based off of a graphic novel. And so I just want to leave you guys with the thought, we're going to come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about The Walking Dead, or at least I'm going to sit back and listen to these guys talk about The Walking Dead, and then we're going to talk about just comic books and graphic novels in general and how they've impacted TV shows in this day and age. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Capt Fizz Masked Guy show. I apparently forgot where the damn button was.
Apparently so.
I was too busy reading articles on The Walking Dead. Yay!
Okay, so why don't you go off and kind of bring up this latest information you've come up with.
Compared to last year's finale, so 2015 finale, the ratings are actually way down.
Ouch.
Way down.
According to this, it took a huge hit in the ratings. Total viewership of 14.2 million and 8.8 million watching among adults 18 to 49. I don't know what last year's was, and I don't care. Okay.
Do I need to point out that
last year's was 14.63 million.
Do I need to point out just that there's law shows on regular cable would be, crapping their pants to be able to get ratings like that?
The problem with that being, though, is when you have such a huge fan base that The Walking Dead has established, and, more than any other, comic book related TV show or, any TV show in general, you have a certain standard you need to stick with to keep those viewers.
Expect things.
Especially when it has to do with comic books, which we, of course, will start talking more about, involving other ones as well. But when you are a fan of the comic books, you have that set script already. And if they deviate way too far, they mess up the storyline, they dibble-dabble way too much with it.
Dibble-dabble.
Dibble-dabble.
Okay.
Dibble-dabbling.
Yep.
Dibble-dabbling. This sounds wrong on so many levels, but I mean...
I am right on so many levels. You gotta...
You know what sounds wrong on many levels, but it's not? It's the word weenus.
Oh, boy.
It's the skin on your elbow is what the weenus is.
Yes.
Boy, it sure sounds dirty.
But, you're kind of held to a certain standard, comic book fanatics...
Standard.
Huh?
The weenus standard.
Yes, the weenus standard. It is a new standard. We are going to phone the radio stations, the newspapers. We're establishing a new standard for
forget it.
comic
You know
book
what?
ratings.
Go on Twitter, and we're going to try to go off and to get everyone to tweet this. Hashtag the weenus standard.
I am going to do that.
Hashtag weenus standard.
We are going to get this ball rolling on the weenus standard.
There you go.
Wow.
That sounds so wrong.
Wow.
I wonder if it's more wrong than the season finale was.
Yes. Well, that's hard to do. I wonder if it's an extra long weenus standard. Oh.
Well, I'm sure we could modify it. It is stretchable.
Ooh.
Oh.
It's compactable.
Oh.
So,
right.
I think we'll delve away from The Walking Dead. We've said quite a bit about that.
It sucked. It blows goats for quarters for season finale. It sucked. Let's put a nail in that coffin and let's talk about something cool.
Yes. Okay. So, we're going to continue along the fact because, obviously Walking Dead is based off a graphic novel. Do you feel that with today's TV shows and movies being, established out there based on comic books, that we are succeeding in, kind of doing that or failing?
50-50.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty close. I mean, I'm just off the top of my head, not including the series that they're doing on Netflix with Daredevil and Jessica Jones and Luke Cage.
Sin City, Punisher, Spawn,
exactly.
Watchmen.
But I mean, what we're looking at here is, Marvel has got 3 series. I mean, they have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. There was the Agent Carter series, which I believe is not going to be renewed for a 3rd season. And
which can be in the fail category.
But the first season was actually very successful, though. But for whatever reason, when they came back, it wasn't successful in season 2.
They put all their marbles in one bag.
But then you jump over to DC, which has always been, for the vast majority, far more successful TV shows. And I mean, they got iZombie. There's The Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, and I feel like I'm missing something. Gotham.
I don't think you can call Arrow a success, dude.
I don't know, man. It's like on season 4 now, so I mean, hey,
it's one of those shaky ones where it's not quite a success, not quite a failure. It's pretty much skirted the line, right across.
Yeah.
To the point of surviving.
Well, you know what? It's done much better than the original Flash series that came out over a decade ago.
I find nowadays any TV show that has to rely on crossovers with another TV show should technically be deemed as a failure.
But you may say that, but this show has went off and is, at least partially responsible for the creation of Flash, for creation of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The Flash last week, did a crossover to Supergirl, another show that I forgot to go off and mention, that in itself was kind of interesting because they're from different dimensions. There's the explanation as to how the Flash ended up in her world and why there isn't a Flash in her actual world. But I mean, that may be something to just discuss, but I mean, we're looking at something that, for us geeks should be considered phenomenal because, again, as I pointed out, 10 years ago, actually more than 10 years ago, they tried to do the Flash series, the original Flash series, and it absolutely bombed. It got canceled after 13 episodes. And here we are, we have the new Flash series, which is now in the middle of season 2. Arrow's on season 4.